everyone, and welcome back to Dynamic Touch. Earlier this week, I came across a TikTok video that I thought would lead to an interesting discussion, so here it is.
Music is my lonely. I've been up since I don't know where I'm trying to create a vibe, trying to get these hours in.
After posting this TikTok, the creator of this TikTok responded to a comment made below in the comment section, and here is what she said.
Okay, so boom. I think I see what you're talking about, but it is like fairly straight, and she did a good job applying heat to it. But we gotta remember, my hair is super thick, on the thicker side, and I honestly think a lot of these stylists with the whole silk press trend, they sometimes apply too much heat to people's hair to give it that silk look. So I appreciate the stylist actually for doing whatever method she chose to give me that, not bone straight, but that straight look, because it also has like bouncy thickness to it. This is day 2 of it, and if you look at my other videos, you can see how thick my hair is. But thank you for pointing that out. I see what you mean, but I also appreciate her doing whatever she did.
So in her comment section below her video, there were some people that were stating that her hair isn't silk pressed, while I believe that her hair is silk pressed. And I believe that there is more of an underlying problem going on. This has not been the first time I have noticed a lot of young women in the comment sections of other women's TikToks telling other women that their hair isn't silk pressed, when sometimes even the hairstylist that they went to say that the service that they're providing is a silk press. I believe that comments like these leave a lot of young women with unclear texture expectations. So I would like to further break down this topic to make my point. Key points I specifically want to hone in on is: what is a silk press by definition? What is texture? What is sheen? How the silk press presents itself in different textures. Does one need to reach extremely high temperatures in order to have a successful silk press? Artificial shine, and how that enhances the visual experience of the silk press. Does texturism exist within straight hair natural spaces? Let's begin by defining what is a silk press. A silk press is a technique invented by African Americans. If you know who specifically invented it, I tried to do research to find the person, I could not. So just let me know down below who specifically invented this technique, with a goal of having shiny, sleek, straight hair. Check out my video in the link below that will go into depth about what the silk press is versus the Dominican blowout. So a silk press is supposed to feel soft. It's supposed to be super reflective. You can see the shine literally from a mile away. It's supposed to have movement and sometimes have volume in body depending on the styling of the straight hair following the press. So is the person adding curls? Is the person adding layers? Or did the person already have layers? Etc. Nowhere in the technique did the creator equate silk press to a silky texture. Nowhere did the creator of the silk press say that by pressing your hair, your texture will magically change into something you do not genetically have. So what exactly is texture? Often when we use the word texture, we are talking about curl pattern, which I have also done as well in the past. But your curl pattern is not your hair texture. What is the true definition of hair texture? Hair texture refers to how thick the shaft of the hair is. This is further broken down into the categories of fine, medium, and coarse, according to the article How to Determine Your Hair Strand Type and Density by Lindsay M. and Katie McCarthy of Birdie.com. According to Spencer Spangler, beauty industry consultant and former senior vice president at Living Proof, hair thickness refers to the diameter of your individual hair strands. If you're wondering how to determine what is fine hair and coarse hair, there's a distinct, measurable difference between the two. Hair with a smaller diameter, or fine hair, has a typical diameter of about 50 microns, Spangler explains. Hair with a larger diameter, or coarse hair, has a typical diameter of about 120 microns. For comparison's sake, a piece of copy paper is 70 microns thick. Fine hair is almost half the thickness of copy paper, and coarse hair has about twice the thickness of copy paper, Spangler says. Just a quick FYI, some companies have their own scale of determining hair texture, like how Andre Walker developed his own hair pattern typing system for his individual and personal brand. Also, you can fall in between hair textures. Hair textures are not normally set in stone. Like everything surrounding human beings, it exists on a spectrum. So sometimes you might be between a fine and medium texture. Or you might be between a medium and coarse texture. You can also have more than one texture on your head. For instance, some people might have very fine nape and baby hair, while others have a majority of coarse hair throughout their head. What is luster? Luster refers to the amount of natural sheen or shine your hair has. The term hair luster or sheen are often interchangeable, but all it means is how much your hair reflects back when encountering light. All people have it, but it exists on a spectrum. Some have low sheen, while others have high sheen, and some have something in between. So now that we have defined certain terms, and now that we know what hair texture truly means, let's continue. How does the silk press present for Black women? Just like there are many patterns within the natural hair space, there are many different textures and lusters. Natural hair is indeed very, very diverse. Sometimes you'll see women with silk presses that look like this. And sometimes you'll see women with silk presses that look like this. They are both silk presses. But due to some strange internet phenomenon, people think that every silk press looks like this. Then they wrongly inform you that your hair isn't silk pressed. You can tell from the first video that the young lady's hair had been silk pressed. By the second video, her hair had some frizz and reversion, but it's still a silk press. Does one need to reach extremely high temperatures in order to have a successful silk press? The answer is no. If that was the case, how can women with extreme heat damaged hair still get a silk press? Now let's talk about artificial shine and how that enhances the visual experience of the silk press. A lot of the high shine that you see enticing you to get a silk press is artificial. It is applied to the hair to enhance the visual experience and often fades within the first 2 weeks of your silk press. The luster is not natural, but just like the highlighter in your makeup kit, the shine is a sign to humans of health. It gives the impression of healthy hair. A lot of hairstylists use filters. Just like how filters smooth out your skin, it does the same for your hair. Also, a lot of modern day hairstylists use a form of direct light to enhance the visual experience further and to showcase their work, either from natural light coming out of a window or from a ring light. This double enhances the shine of the hair. So with all this being said, does texturism exist within straight natural hair spaces? Yes, it does. Although I don't know if it's the fault of the consumer themselves though. It might be a side effect of watching and being exposed to too many silk press videos of women with looser patterns and less coarse textures. Also, many Black women are not aware of what their hair looks like when they get their hair silk pressed in a way that is healthy to the hair. That can be dangerous because if they choose to do their own hair at home, they will try flattening their hair with multiple passes at ridiculously high temperatures, risking severe heat damage. It can also be the side effect of some hairstylists that will press your hair past the standard 2 passes with extreme heat. So often you will see the glamorous before but not the disastrous after. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, hair burns at 451 degrees. Make sure to go to a hairstylist that will not sacrifice the integrity of the hair for an Instagram photo op displaying perfect hair results. Go to one that will put your hair first and give you glamorous results. There's also discrimination based on hair density, but that's a story for another time. Comment down below if you like this discussion. If you would like me to also come up with a video discussing discrimination based on hair density, let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
She sing my Cadillac.